Class of 2017, please be seated. Welcome to the Blue Springs South High School commencement exercises for 2017. I'm Charlie Belt, principal, and it's a great honor for me to be a part of this special day for our graduates, their families, the South faculty, and our district leadership as we witness the confirmation of diplomas for this senior class. Would you please take a moment and join me in thanking the Blue Springs South High School Orchestra under the direction of Mr. Jamie Mitchell for providing music for this afternoon. These underclass students and Mr. Mitchell have given their Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, and I don't know if you noticed or not, but prior to the ceremony beginning in pomp and circumstance, they were playing military marches and themes for Memorial Day weekend. So thank you again, Mr. Mitchell and students, you're outstanding. It's now my privilege to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jim Finley, to bring you his greetings.
Thank you, Dr. Belt. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate the class of 2017 with us. It's my pleasure to begin by introducing our platform guests to you today. First, our Board of Education. Our Board President is Dale Falk. Fiscal Vice President Dale Walkup. Members Kemp Bradford, Dave Wright, Rhonda Gilstrap, and Jennifer Casey. Thank you all for being here. Our district administrators on stage today, Deputy Superintendents Annette Seago and Scott Young, and Assistant Superintendents Bill Cowling, Leslie Evans, and Dave Adams. Thank you. Our Blue Springs South Administration, Principal Charlie Belt, Associate Principal Doug Matson, and Assistant Principals Ryan Gettings and Andy Mayfield. Thank you, guys. The class of 2017, 498 members strong here today, has distinguished itself in many ways. We have 2 National Merit Commended Scholars, 1 National Merit Finalist, 34 Bright Flight Scholars, meaning they scored 31 or higher on the ACT. This class has earned $5.4 million in academic scholarships, $1.6 million in athletic scholarships. When you add in local and regional scholarships, the total is over $7.5 million. Congratulations. It's also my pleasure today to recognize some very important people to the entire process that got these graduates here today. First, our parents, the parents of the graduates. Please stand so we can say thank you. I know there's a lot of grandparents and great-grandparents here today. Would you please stand? And as Dr. Belt mentioned, this is Memorial Day weekend. I would be remiss if I did not ask those veterans in our audience and those currently serving in the military to please stand so we can thank you. Again, thank you all for being here to celebrate with us today. Please enjoy the rest of the ceremony.
Making her way on stage now is our 2016-17 Student Senate President, Katie Clark. In addition to Student Senate, Katie has served our school community in a variety of roles over the past 4 years. As a member of the band program, a 4-year letter winner for our swimming program, the vice president of our National Honor Society chapter, and was named this spring by the State Department of Elementary and Secondary Education as one of the 15 outstanding citizens from Missouri's high schools. Please join me in welcoming Katie Clark.
In December of 2016, I traveled to New Orleans with Student Senate for the opportunity to serve and learn. While there, we visited the lower Ninth Ward, one of the areas that was devastated the most by Hurricane Katrina, and we met a man by the name of Robert Green. Green rode out the storm with his family on the roof of their home, the only place that was elevated above the water. And eventually, the waters became so forceful that they ripped his home from his foundation and sent him and his family members floating down the street. In the midst of everything, Green's mother and his granddaughter fell into the water and they were swallowed up by the unforgiving waves. He recalled watching them drown with tears in his eyes, saying that for a split second, he thought about joining them, and that for a split second, he thought about acquiescing to the pain that he was feeling, but he knew he needed to keep going for the rest of his family. Robert Greene preached the notion that it's not about the tragedy you face, but about realizing what you do have and moving forward, that there's always a way to recover and grow. Greene still lives in the lower Ninth Ward, and he opens his home and his story to anyone willing to hear it. Greene's legacy of courage and compassion is something that will endure in my memory for years to come. At the beginning of this year, I spoke with you all about what this year's school theme of Living the Legacy meant to me, a swimmer, a member of the band, a student senator. Seeing and hearing about all of the great things accomplished by those who came before us is something that made me decide freshman year that I didn't want to strive for anything less than greatness, and that's something that motivated me through senior year to keep living out the legacy that I wanted to leave behind. When I look at all the things the senior class has accomplished, I'm astonished. We have many athletes who signed to continue their academic and athletic careers next year. We collected over 4,000 goods during the Community Unity Week. We helped provide Christmas to a record 27 families in the greater Blue Springs area during Adopt a Family. We raised over $5,000 for our Something to Eat project, and we packaged 27,000 meals for those in need. And the senior class has a combined total of over 3,000 service hours. The senior class has set a precedent of selflessness, and we have distinguished ourselves from our predecessors in multiple capacities. My senior year at Blue Springs South has challenged me to rise to the ever-raising bar, to press forward, and to learn from the past in order to look to the future. Although my vision of what my legacy will be has changed over the years, what living the legacy means to me has not. My time at South and the experiences that I have had through this school have taught me that every day is a new opportunity to seize the day and to challenge myself to see what's next, to keep living the legacy, not only for myself, but for all those who follow, and to live with what Robert Greene shared with us 5 months ago in mind. Every day is a new reason to grow and to share your compassion with the world. So, class of 2017, what's next? I can't wait to see how you are going to live out your legacy in the future.
It's now my pleasure to introduce our two outstanding student speakers for this afternoon. Our first speaker is Isabel Lowe's. As well as being an outstanding student, Izzy has been a 4-year member of our forensics program and a national qualifier. A choir member for 4 years, including a cappella and chamber select choirs. Izzy's also been a member of our theater program for 4 years and has been a cast member in 11 shows. Izzy will be attending Stevens College, pursuing her bachelor's in theater management. Will you please join me in welcoming Izzy Lowe's.
So close, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, I am Isabel Lowe's. I am a theater nerd, a choir fanatic, and now an almost high school graduate. They say high school is where you are supposed to find yourself. I don't know who they are, but this whole concept set me into an existential crisis my freshman year. If I was going to find myself over the next 4 years, does that mean that on August 15th, 2013, at 7:10 a.m., I became lost? I knew I wasn't going to be a rocket scientist, a mathematician, a great historian, or a best-selling author. But one thing I did know is that whatever I ended up doing with my life, it was going to be great. And in that moment, I realized what they had meant. You see, there are millions of people in the world who have PhDs, are brain surgeons, discover new life in the ocean, save people around the world. And I think it's amazing that these people are sitting right in front of me waiting for all this to happen. We all come from the same basic genetic makeup, yet we all grow up to be so individually different. And who we grow up to be is not just a random pick of fate. We become who we are based on what we believe is best for us in this world. This whole idea is already genetically in our brains, and we have to access it through a series of thoughts. The base of this thought, the brain of it, is controlled by one thing we all as humans have in common: teachers. Our first teachers are our parents from the day we are born. As we get older, everyone around us teaches us things and new thoughts about what goes on in the world. The whole idea of school is not to teach us to color inside the lines, add 2 + 2, know who the 23rd president is. The idea of school is to teach us how to become who we really are. The movies we grow up watching are not far off from the fact that high school is just a mixture of cultures that are somehow mashed together and forced to coexist. I mean, we all grow up thinking that we fit into one group and that who we are is going to be who we are going to be for the rest of our lives, which is what I think being so different is what makes our class unique and gives us those chances to grow and learn and become not who we are, but become who we want to be. We have made it okay to join multiple and extra activities and not being challenged for doing so. We are chameleons who change our color not to fit in one group. We have opened our eyes and opened ourselves up to create a generation who allows acceptance and forgives change. My class has opened ourselves up in such an amazing way. We lift one another up just enough to say, enough is enough. It is okay to think outside your bubble. It is okay to be unsure of where life is taking you. It is okay to be unsure, But I have learned one thing over these 4 years, and that is, it's always hard to have a positive attitude. And one of my biggest sayings is be the sun, which means being the shiniest, brightest ray that you can possibly be. And being the sun has always been something that has helped me on my cloudiest of days. And as I look around at my classmates, I cannot help but think that the class of 2017 really knows what being the sun is about. This is why I am so proud to be able to stand up here and represent an amazing group of people who shine their rays. And I have found myself and who I wanted to be, thanks to all the years I have spent here and for the amazing people I have met. Thank you.
Our second speaker standing next to me is Mel Roberts. Mel has been a member of our Student Senate of the National Honor Society, and she is a senior class officer as well. She was a member of our softball program for 4 years, including last fall, as the girls took second place in the state of Missouri. Mel's plans include attending North Central Missouri College to play softball and major in education. Would you please join me in welcoming Mel Roberts?
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome all faculty, friends, and family as we all gather here today to celebrate the class of 2017. My peers and I have dedicated 13 years to get to this day, to listen to numerous names be called as we cross this stage to receive this awaited achievement, to have the thrill of throwing our caps in the air in hopes that they won't be lost. This voyage we have been on has felt like forever, but to our parents, it was like yesterday when we were starting kindergarten and riding the big yellow school bus for the first time. Elementary school was full of joy, having recess and snack time. Don't we all wish school could have been that fun every day? It was all laughs and smiles back then on the playground, finding happiness in the little things. Then we became the cool kids of middle school, at least that's what we all thought. We were all trying to find a group we were going to fit in with, joining band, auditioning for the play, trying out for sports, and even getting into cliques. We all experienced a lot within those walls of middle school. Whether that was receiving your first love note, breaking it down at mixers, we all found joy from those little things in middle school. By the time we hit the freshman center, we were asking ourselves, why do we go here? Nothing like putting an absurd amount of students in one building who are all rivals. But hey, we made it work because we beat Blue Springs in every sport. Sophomore year finally came, and we are finally in high school, just trying to find our way because we are the youngest ones who were in the way. Junior year went fast. countless hours of staying up to study for the big AP test and focusing on our grades more than ever. Senior year finally came, and we all learned senioritis was a factual thing. Pulling all-nighters to finish a season of One Tree Hill on Netflix instead of doing the paper that was due the next day. High school was full of unforgettable events and people that brought happiness into our lives. But as we leave Blue Springs South, the memories we cherish now will start to fade. The state titles in sports and clubs, the boyfriend or girlfriend you thought you loved, and the class you never got a good test grade in. Well, at the time, those things in high school mattered the most to you, but now, it's over. As we leave high school and go on to bigger and better things, I want you all to remember to find happiness. Throughout our journey in school, we encountered happiness almost every day, unknowingly. So whether you are going to college to become a doctor, going into the military, or finding a full-time job, find something that makes you happy. Although Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob did believe that there's just one 5-letter word for happiness, money, there is more to happiness than cold, hard cash. Find what makes you happy and go after it. Follow your dreams and you'll figure out the rest along the way. You got the education and skills for it, Jaguars. Now go out in the real world and get it.
That's fantastic. Those speeches were so well delivered. It's not easy to stand in front of 6,000 people and talk for the first time in your life. Would you give Mel and Izzy another round of applause for me? At this time, our senior members of our a cappella and chamber choirs are making their way to the stage area. Choir is directed by Mr. Jason Bean, and they are going to be performing a song entitled "We Are One" for us.
And when it's time
Thank you, senior choir members and Mr. Bean. That was wonderful. Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Finley, district leadership, parents, faculty members, and friends. We have seated before us today a group of students who have established extremely high standards of academic achievement and excellence. So I'd like to take a few moments to honor them for their tremendous accomplishments. Students with a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.79 graduate today with the honors of cum laude. We have 69 students before us that have achieved this honor and are designated in your program with an asterisk next to their name. Will those students graduating cum laude and their parents please stand and be recognized at this time? The students who have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.8 to 3.99 graduate today with the distinguished honor of magna cum laude. We have 49 students before us that have achieved this honor, and they are designated in your program with 2 asterisks besides their name. Will those students graduating magna cum laude and their parents please stand now and be recognized? And students with a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 and above have met the highest of academic standards. They graduate today with the honor of summa cum laude. We have 108 students before us in this class that have achieved this honor and are designated in your program with 3 asterisks next to their name. Will those students graduating summa cum laude and their parents please stand and be recognized at this time? There were a total of 226 honor graduates that we just celebrated with 3.5 GPAs or above during their time at South. That's just another example of the outstanding work of this class of 2017. 3 years ago, a committee of faculty members started a new tradition at South, recognizing the academic students of the year. When each student is announced, I would invite both the student and parents to stand and be recognized. The English Department Student of the Year is Luke Eaton. The Math Department Student of the Year is Kyle Hepting. The Science Department Student of the Year is Katie Clark. And the Social Studies Student of the Year is Noah Lombardo. And the overall Senior Academic Excellence Award winners for the class of 2017 are Katie Clark and Luke Eaton. Academic excellence is something that requires commitment, work ethic, and sacrifice. We'll take a special opportunity now to recognize those who have placed themselves in an elite group comprising the top 1% of the graduating class of 2017 based on their cumulative GPA. I will read these 5 student names in alphabetical order. They will come to the stage and receive a medallion recognizing their outstanding accomplishment. So please come to the stage as your name is called, and Mr. Mattson will place a medallion around your neck. Katie Clark. Evan Fitzmaurice. Seth Hanks. Gabriella Kelsch-Bledsoe. Elizabeth Clausen. Ladies and gentlemen, the top 1% of the graduating class of 2017. Yeah, you can return to your seats. Yeah. At this time, I'd like to invite two more outstanding members of the class of 2017 to the stage, Sierra Pollard and Isaiah Jackson. Sierra and Isaiah have been named the Keith Maxey Outstanding Seniors for 2017 for their dedication to their school, their commitment to community service, and their excellent leadership in a number of activities, clubs, and organizations. A few highlights of Sierra's time at South include being a 4-year letter winner in swimming and qualifying for the state swim meet all 4 years, being elected Vice President of Student Senate, and founding the Remembrance Club in order to help her fellow students that have lost a parent. Isaiah's highlights include being a member of Student Senate, being a lead anchor and team member of JAG TV, being elected team captain of the football team, and helping to start JAGS United, a new club dedicated to tolerance and acceptance of all human beings. Please welcome Sierra Pollard and Isaiah Jackson. And if you would just give them a moment for some important words.
On behalf of the class of 2017, we would like to thank all of you and the family members and friends that have gathered here today to celebrate with us. Thank you all for your support throughout the years, and thank you for making our time to join us here today for graduation. This celebration is a special memory for each and every one of us, and we would like to every graduate, as well as our family and friends, to have an excellent experience.
The class of 2017 is one of the best classes that's ever been, and in order to make this celebration the best it can possibly be for all of us, please keep all the cheering and celebration to just a reasonable and respectful amount. We would like for each and every graduate's name to be heard, so just, don't be excessive. And thank you guys all for joining us today.
Thank you, Sierra and Isaiah. Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Finley, and District Administration, I am proud to present the graduating class of 2017. As principal of Blue Springs South High School, I verify that the students seated before you today have completed all the requirements for graduation as specified by the state of Missouri and the Blue Springs R4 Board of Education, so that they are ready to receive their Blue Springs South High School diploma. Ushers, please bring the graduates forward to receive their diploma presented by our Board of Education.
Jacob Paul Howe. Jacob William Asinger. Aaron Isaac Johnson.
Noah Michael Lombardo.
Damian Vincent Cobb.
Jonathan Frederick Steele.
Tyler Ian Wakes.
Cooper Wayne Giles.
Garrett Andrew Troutman.
Cameron Wolfgang Haas.
Dalton Allen Rank.
Sean Michael Shoemaker.
Zachary Alexander Harp.
Samuel Paxton Skyver.
Kelsey Jennifer Ann Jackson.
Peyton Thomas Oltikin.
Tierney Lene Brooks.
Connor William Common.
Gabrielle Marie Sellers.
Deja Scaife.
Cameron Cole Brown.
Benjamin Glenn Morgan.
Sarah Elizabeth Johnson.
Jake Austin Workman.
Keegan Nicholas Shrout.
Nathan Ryan Gonzalez.
Austin Michael Lee Langdon.
Colby Reese Snelling.
Nicholas Michael Paul.
Lindsay Rose Patterson.
Joshua Matthew Paulson.
Olivia Caitlin Decker.
Jake Ryan Ginty.
Quentin William Hill.
Jacob Matthew Solomon.
Jacob Daniel Rourke.
Jacob Anthony Barbosa.
Kevin Ray Schlesinger.
Jesse Christopher Barbosa.
James John Lawyer III.
Nicholas Michael Young.
Casey Ryan Depew.
Kieran Reese Artis.
Kirk Thomas Stillwell.
Megan Catherine Vi.
Austin Joseph Williams Kleppel.
Hannah Marie Edmondson.
Hunter Michael Yates.
Cameron Elizabeth Gregston.
Emma Rose Weiner.
Bailey Hall Marlborough.
Alyssa Sibley Barnes.
Melanie Christine Roberts.
Yvonne Chavez.
Faith Olivia Harding.
Tyreek Anthony Clay.
Reagan Elizabeth Pace.
Cora Ann Hoagland.
Carson Lauren Weber.
Iman Jasmine Alsadi.
Rachel Elizabeth Swanson.
Miranda Renee Morales.
Paige Alexis Ryder.
Elijah Paul Campbell.
Madison Caroline Beasley.
Nicholas Lee Keller.
Mackenzie Alyssa Musgrove.
Colin Michael Horn.
Zoe Lee Wesley Reynolds.
William August Wood.
Naya Lynn Tuai.
Michael Donald Rao.
Sydney Diane Sinclair.
Raven Kashawn Shelton.
Jessica Ray Steinbach.
Tavin McKee Washington.
Audrey Danielle Keck.
Courtney Simone Gant.
Allison Ruth White.
Jada Latrice Page.
Grace Emily Sherman.
Simone Janae Gregory.
Brooke Lee Edens.
Demi Lynn Turner.
Mackenzie Nicole Figley.
Aaliyah Larae Sumay.
Carly Marie Gray.
Taylor Andrew Berner.
Jamie Allison Lewis.
Brady Joseph Dunlap.
Corey Lynn Benson.
Dakota Michael Staggs.
Liam Thomas Durkin.
Aaron Spencer Blunt.
Dalton Joseph Michael.
Nathan William McNeil Jr.,
Zane Curtis Cady,
Bobby Olina Greenstreet,
Mason James Smith,
Alyssa Nicole Newell,
Nathan Everett Robinson,
Elizabeth Demetriana Musakini,
Austin Michael Amore,
Sierra Marie Pierce,
Taylor Joe Hemme,
Josiah Cordell Wade,
Elena Dawn Conati,
Dawson Christopher Wise,
Michaela Nicole Lopez,
Dakota Trevor Vernon,
Gabrielle Linda Menard,
Jacob Bryce Foster,
Ariana Jolynn Myers,
Sarah Nicole McKinney,
Savannah Rose Oliver,
Tyler James Williams,
Rachel Renee DiMaggio,
Abigail Mackenzie Banks,
Madison Ashley Russell,
Hunter Scott Farquhar,
Halen Morgan Wills,
Kimberly Dawn Thompson,
Savannah Marie Bennett,
Elizabeth Brooke Chowning,
Megan Lynn Nordyke,
Erin Elaine Campbell,
Caitlin Rose Marinen,
Megan Ann Mullins,
Mariah Lee Cockshell,
Cole Hunter Holloman,
Callie Renee Sabin,
Lauren Riley Shellnut,
Megan Marie Kelly,
Andrea Lauren Brown,
Alexis Nicole Mershon,
Daniel Lewis Latlip IV,
Caleb Lee Jones,
Courtney Lynn McDowell,
Miranda Nicole Abarca,
Amber Lee Tarman,
Sarah Ashley Weisner,
Sarah Elizabeth Kruger,
Kira Leanne Revere Weedle,
Abriana Catherine Mia Choxolet,
Tyrell Deshaun Jeffries,
Madison Elizabeth Sewell,
Christian Rodolfo Williams,
Zane Kellen Brown,
Ariana Angela Meehan,
Trent Scott Ainsworth II,
Savannah May Martin,
Daniel Jacob Halverson,
Ashton Paige Philipschek,
Braden William Struss,
Mia Michelle Miller,
Jackson Ryan Rico,
Colton Dane Messner,
Tanner Jacob W. Creedon,
Malik Antoine Davis Perkins,
Alexis Danielle Lata,
Ethan Christopher Wagner,
Madison Elizabeth Richardson,
Caden Nelson Mock,
Tyler James Trent,
Nicholas Robert Blair,
Cole Devon Riddlespringer,
Tyler Brett Stanton,
Alexis Nicole Hum,
Trevor Dylan Hahn,
Anna Marie Orlando,
Bryce Allen Greenwood,
Evan Luke Fitzmaurice,
Edward Aaron Leach,
Lucas David Fields,
Cale Michael Connors,
Leon Laron Dudley III,
Christopher Brennan Case,
Elizabeth Evelyn Umana,
Joshua David Trich,
Olivia Michelle Smith,
Jeremy Joseph Leckby,
Lucas Robert Allenball,
Zachary Joseph Wyrock,
Kylie LaRae Tuckness,
Cooper Douglas Heichman,
Dalton William Holloway Rasmus,
James Robert Clark,
Hannah Amani Nabolsi,
Allison Hope Keelty,
Dina Arway Nabolsi,
Kayla June Sasser,
Brianna Elizabeth Bales,
Audrey Leanne Sisler,
Aleka Sophia Apodaca,
Jeffrey James Schmedding,
Curtis Joseph Martinez,
Shaylee Marie Clifton,
Nicolay James Robinson,
Stephanie Ann Craycraft,
Holly Marie Neese.
Taylor Adele Scott.
Claudia Geneva Chambers.
Zion Bayo Hodgkins.
Cameron Lee Metcalf.
Kathleen Ann Laverne. Christine Ashley Laverne.
John Alec McCord.
Bailey Catherine Harrison.
Layla Danielle Edwards.
Ashlyn Marie Thomas.
Daylin Andrea Wells.
Zoe Lyric Hoopengarner.
Summer Joy Simler.
Austin James Moon.
Catherine Francesca Simler.
Isabel Jane Lose.
Zaria Michelle Norona.
Destiny Nicole Deerkop.
Haley Sierra Patterson.
Logan Michael Weiss.
Benjamin Storm Whitfield.
Noah James Nestle.
Zachary Jordan Campbell.
Miranda Lee Patterson.
Joshua Allen Goldsmith.
Ashlyn Nicole Mitchell.
Hunter Scott Blatchford.
Tanner Austin Tebow.
Michaela Celia Alvarez.
Lindsay Renee Wall.
Lauren Elizabeth Roberts.
Isaiah Stephen Jackson.
Camille Elise Fulbright Moore.
Donald Leroy Kelly Jr.
Su Young Yi.
Richard Trayvon Venerable.
Peyton Nicole Mason.
Jerome Anthony Hawkins Jr.
Gregory Joseph Fessler.
Justin Allen Mott.
Gabrielle Aname Kelsch Bledsoe.
Calais Robert Bonsasa.
Malia Annalise Bird.
Brinley Lynn Carson.
McKenna Pearl Heaton.
Harley Jean Weld.
Marissa Nicole Pardon.
Madison Elise Hernandez.
Cheyenne Nicole Yoakum.
Jordan Olivia 80.
Caleb Sky Owen.
Jania Mion Beverly.
Miles Hunter Davis.
Keona Alexander.
Eric Eugene Gray Jr.
Jasmine Carol Magatha.
Trevin Emmanuel Thomas Pons.
Alexis Lee Sampson.
Robert James Thomas.
Zoe Mackenzie Howard.
Mark Elliott Walker Jr.
Kaylee Mackenzie Robinson.
Jordan Adonis Payne.
Deadriel Dial Burns.
Tyrell Montel Thomas.
Ethan Joel Davis.
Noah Ray Williams.
Kira Nicole Crakey.
James Cameron Rustick.
Leslie Elizabeth Marsh.
Caleb Zachariah Epps.
Virginia Grace Berg.
D'Angelo Diaz Hollis.
Courtney Paige Faudry.
Trevor Michael Brandt.
Trenton John Michael.
Japhon Quanell Washington.
Zachary Allen Robinson.
Darren Cornelius Xavier Platt.
Dalton Tyler Gatchett.
Natalie Ray Pritchett.
Hunter Monroe Whitebread.
Olivia Marie Moore.
Isabella Marie Garcia.
Edoser Osuglio Amayo.
Taylor Justin Eggleston.
Jordan Zong.
Liberty Renee Smith.
Monadora Amia Mickles Nash.
McKenna Grace Hurtle.
Mariah Dawn Givens.
Catherine Marie Kuntz.
Haley Marie Long.
Elizabeth Dawn Clausen.
Matthew Aaron Hogan.
Cole Thomas Crossman.
Leighton Alexander Plotner.
Andrew Joseph Langston.
Mason Quinn Brandt.
Blake Austin Grebel.
Jacob Connor Springs.
Dylan Franklin Fox.
Roland Anthony Kudlinski.
Austin Joseph Gordon.
Maximilian Vincent Paul.
Mindy Ann Hoyt.
Samantha Rose Tumlin.
Alexander George Wands.
Nick Pearson.
Evan Allen Minter.
Lillian Yvonne Justin Penny.
Austin John Ginther.
Michaela Renee Cusimano.
Garrett Keith Ginther.
Molly Marie Keel.
Amy Caroline Clark.
Zachary Michael Padilla.
Rebecca Marion Ladd.
Logan Troy Messina.
Antonio Gaetano Grassafi.
Daniel Eduardo Ortega.
Caleb Russell Shelton.
Carla Giselle Ortega Hernandez.
Skylar Jean Alley.
Wyatt Keith Smith Jr.
John Patrick Montgomery.
Gustavo Jaime.
Elise Rose Gans.
Dominic Andrew Montaldi.
Cecilia Brooke Lamaster.
Colin James Bray.
Alexandra Deanna Cook.
William Thomas Caton.
Bailey Morgan Barnes.
Jacob Russ Crambule.
Alexa Swaney Lopez.
Dominic Edward Swingle.
Rebecca Elizabeth Parsons.
Brendan Stone Keller.
Jillian Grace Henson.
Michael James Bradley.
Jaron Price Zimmerman.
Pierce David Niemeyer.
Jack Douglas Bliss. Lucas Dade Province.
Malik Hakeem Mohammed.
Blake James Isaacson.
Hunter Allen Hughes.
Jacob Nicholas Elliott.
Matthew William Cook.
Christopher Lee Milliken.
Carissa Brooke Alford.
Colin Joseph West.
Caitlin Holly Ray.
Camden Andrew Sprouse.
Jacob Lee Jackson.
Logan Parker Ray. Jackson Lee Richards.
Jonah Dion Moore Buckner.
Mia Tyler Klein.
Madison Nicole Beebe.
Zachary Jeremiah Paul.
Brianna Lee Pasternak.
Charlesy Suann Schwisher.
Garrett Michael Stringer Spoor.
Sarah Elizabeth Furr.
Hunter Bradley William Miller.
Nicole Elizabeth Nelson.
Eric Ray Roberts.
Megan Nicole Schauberg.
Antoine Romaine Ransburg Jr.
Mallory Paige Cronike.
Jared Michael Massey.
Megan Lee Swanson.
Dylan Patrick Boyer.
Madison Marie Hecker.
Ethan Lawrence Howard.
Bailey Nicole Fowler.
Alyssa Christine Booth.
Lauren Ashley Monroe.
Jesse Renee Bishop.
Sarah Renee Pollard. Sierra Renee Pollard. Sierra.
Destiny Octavia Nimrod.
Mackenzie Suzanne Pogue.
Miranda Elena Emberg.
Alexis D. Youngkin.
Lee Alilia Strachner.
Anna Catherine Jacinto.
Allison Rose Myers.
Mackenzie Lenee Warman.
Andrew Charles Clough.
Blake Austin Kirschner.
Mason Aaron James Harper.
Clemens Leopold Dominic Peter Rudolph Primusberger.
Alyssa Nicole Pendleton.
Abigail Morgan Porter.
Kiera Marie Baker.
Caitlin Lane Popejoy.
Alexis Katera Barbie.
Elizabeth Claire Wickham.
Patricia Sinsta Yang.
Charlie Scout Buchanan.
Selena Maribel Yasina Zamora.
Victoria Grace Davenport.
Christy Marie Thornton.
Tiffany Joe Davenport.
Trustee Zhu Zong.
Taylor Nicole Simon.
Andrew Bruce Anwander.
Ravion Lachey Taylor.
Michaela Bonwell.
Aksa Ahmed Chowdhury.
Anthony Allen Collier.
Rebecca Emily Winky.
Taylor Danielle Branson.
Zoe Samantha Kelsey.
Alyssa Nicole Costanow.
Nicole Elise Woods.
Sophia Gabriella Carter.
Jacob Edward Curlis.
Olivia Claire Schaefer.
Aubrey Cynthia Picer.
Natalie Ruth Harper.
Kelsey Elizabeth Brock.
Logan Jane Peterson.
Emma Noel Cunningham.
Anthony James Bertolson.
Libby Renee Madsen.
Timothy Edward Arnold.
Henry Jacob Leith.
Tyler Ray Ships.
Casey Leanne Oglesby.
Stephen Joseph Biggie.
Joseph Scott Myrtle.
Tyler Brett Baker.
Sean Wesley Phillips.
Alexei Dmitrievich Musakini.
Matthew Lee Hassler.
Eric Christopher Morris.
Amber Awida Stewart.
Caleb Alexander Rowold.
Sage Alexandra McCrary.
Ethan Connor Hake.
Cassandra Michelle Brown.
Christian Chase Scully.
Catherine K. Coleman.
Nicole Edith Hale.
Amani Grace Eden Watkins.
Hunter Nicholas Hale.
Samantha Rivas.
Thomas Eugene Thornton.
Jarion Rashay Waper Buford.
Joshua Tyler York.
Jade Ariane Payne.
Andrew Joseph Parker.
Cole David Cerise.
Stephen Mondez Williams.
Alexander Glenn Corrado.
Jordan Javon Jackson.
Alex Martin Kovitz.
Serene Core Cuck.
Mackenzie Kovitz.
Noah Allen Robinson. Caleb Harmon O'Donnell. Katie Sin Clark. Ella Grace Buckner. Luke Glenn Eaton. Seth Franklin Hinks. Austin Nicholas McIntyre. Kyle Robert Hepting. Richard Taylor Brown. Isabel Marlene Bessler. Jody Ann Riley. Jessica Ann Riley. Logan Wyatt Hall. Natasha Race Smith. Paulina Karen Cross. Alexander Michael Maywald. Xinyu Zhang. Haley Simone Kluver. think that's the first time in 15 years of being a graduation we didn't applaud when everybody made it across stage. Let's applaud this class of 2017. Parents and guests, family members, upon the conclusion of our alma mater here in just a moment, we'd encourage you to take advantage of the stage and the decorations here on the arena floor to take pictures of your graduate. Access doors to the arena floor are located on both sides of the arena. You're welcome to stay and take a few photos at the end. I would now like to invite Zoe Hoopengarner and Ethan Davis, members of the Blue Springs South Chamber Choir, to the stage to lead the class of 2017 in one final singing of the Blue Springs South alma mater. In addition to being an outstanding choir member, Zoe has led our makeup crew for the theater productions and has been in the musical production all 4 years. She will be attending the University of Central Missouri to study music education. Ethan has been a 2-time letter winner in our soccer program as well as performing in musical productions for 3 years. He will attend Missouri State University to study business. Class of 2017, please stand, join Zoe and Ethan in the alma mater, and then throw your caps.
To Blue Springs South, our high school, our loyalty is true. Our colors all unite us, the silver, green, and blue. With friendship and spirit, voices bold and free, we honor you with pride and joy.